talk about the defense because I know it's not nearly as good. What is the biggest strength about this Miami Dolphins defense?
It's a good question because they've been spotty.
They haven't established one.
Well, the strength as the way the defense is built is the cornerbacks with Xavier Howard on one side and Byron Jones on the other. Well, Jones hasn't played all year.
Right.
So they've had the current starter is a rookie free agent, Kader Kahu from Division II Texas A&M Commerce, who, by the way, looks like he's going to be a keeper.
Okay.
But there's certain times when where he's a rookie who gets beat.
Sure.
Right now, probably their strength is after the acquisition of Bradley Chubb at the trade deadline is now they have a pass rushing trio of Chubb, Melvin Ingram, who's played really well lately, and Jalen Phillips, their second of 2 first-round picks last year. So that would be
does any of the three rush from the interior? Like, do they get all three on the field at the same time?
At times they'll move. Okay. They'll put Phillips inside. He's a guy who will move inside.
Oh, cool.
And then they rotate the 3 outside.
Okay. So it's an improving, impressive pass rush with Chubb here.
It was good last week, but they played Houston, so and Houston not good.
Jeez, that's the nicest thing you can say about this defense. Well, and you said it doesn't play particularly well on the road either, does it?
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The 6 lowest point totals they've allowed this season all at home. The 5 highest all on the road. And they won games at home with the defense. They beat New England in the opener 20-7 with the defense scoring a touchdown. They beat Buffalo in week 3. That's the defensive win. They won 21-19. Buffalo had almost 500 yards, but still only 19 points and couldn't get in the end zone. And then the Sunday night game against Pittsburgh, if you saw that game, they won 16-10. So the defense has contributed at times, but it's also been, like I said, it's been spotty. They gave up 32 points against Chicago and got bailed out by a no call on what looked like a pretty obvious defensive pass interference penalty late in the game. They gave up 27 points against Detroit. So they have to show that the defense actually can travel, and maybe it'll be different now that they have Chubb, who they didn't have. Oh, no, actually, sorry. They did have Chubb against Chicago and Detroit. So in those 2 instances, it didn't make that much of a difference.
Who's the defensive coordinator? What's your feeling about him?
It's Josh Boyer, who is a holdover from last year.
Okay.
And the scuttlebutt is that the organization kind of leaned on Mike McDaniel to keep him as his defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And then Mike, it's interesting because McDaniel at his introductory press conference, what's the word I'm looking for, referenced the 2020 game the Dolphins played at San Francisco where they won 43-17, where they completely dominated defensively, although Jimmy G was hurt, and then it was C.J. Beathard, as I recall correctly.
They did. I mean, they injured Jimmy Garoppolo. I guess he came in. I guess he was hurt. He came in a little hurt. That's true. That is true. But they kicked his ass.
They aggravated him in more ways.
They did. I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but that was such an ass kicking. Jed York left at halftime and was stopped by the police for driving the wrong way down a one-way street. They were like, sir, we know it's your stadium and your street, but please follow the rules of the law, of the road. Very funny. Anyway, first games these teams play since then. That was the Brian Allen game. We remember that as the Brian Allen game.
It wasn't the corner who picked me off the street. Yeah. And it was the next to last start for Ryan Fitzpatrick before they pulled him in favor of Tua.
I don't think he missed that day. He might have had a 130 passer rating. He looked.
He did.
I mean, he was great.